Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. This video I recorded a couple of days ago. I just didn't get a chance to do the voiceover because, as you all know, my house can be extremely loud. So this video is pretty much me just doing some catch up in my planner. I also decorate the month of November in the Hobonichi, and I'm just going through filling some things in. I do want to show you all, so I'll be using the Waav planner, the new one that I did a video on. Definitely check that out if you haven't already done so. And my handy dandy Hobonichi weeks. What I'm showing you all now is a few items that I got from the Dollar Tree that I am so excited about. I've had these clips right there in the gold, but I saw these there and I've never seen these at Dollar Tree. The gold ones I got from Hobby Lobby. But these are so nice. I feel like they work really well, especially if you have a planner that is chunking up and you want to be able to keep things separate. They also work good for books, definitely larger notebooks. So I would encourage you all to grab them if you see them. These brush markers had me pleasantly surprised as well. I will admit I did not have high hopes for them. It has been plenty of times that I've gotten pens, permanent markers, different things from Dollar Tree and went to use them and it didn't work. So I wasn't excited. I mean, they were cute, very good price, but I wasn't excited until I did the test strip. And wow, look at that. The yellow is the only thing I kind of go back over, but man, this is nice for $1.25. They had one more set. I didn't get it because I was thinking if this doesn't work, at least I wouldn't be out of another 125, but it did. So I'll go back. I think the other ones had like blue, and I can't think of the other color. Green, I want to say. But definitely go check that out if you haven't already seen those. I feel like Dollar Tree is just moving up. I was talking with a coworker today and she said that the Dollar General and the Dollar Tree had like a Black Friday sale, and I was so shocked. I was really shocked at the Dollar Tree because when I was talking to her, I was like, well, what are they gonna put on sale when things are already a certain price? Granted, I definitely know there are some things in Dollar Tree now, most things that are 150, 175, and so on, but I still feel like you're able to get some good deals there. So yeah, check your Dollar Tree out if you haven't. Those brush markers are so nice. And if you're on a budget or if you're creating or giving a gift to anybody, that is definitely something that would be good. I'm also loving this Waav planner. Not really sure how it's going to fit in my new year, but I'm definitely going to try to work it in. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about just where I'm at. I feel like that's one of the things that I love about this planning channel is being able to connect and just talk about things, and hopefully things that I am going through may resonate with you all and just provide that support or that moment where it's like, wow, I am not in this alone. I'm not the only person. Someone else understands me. And a lot of times that's just what we need, especially when life is lifing and we are trying to keep our head above water and take care of our responsibilities, our kids, our homes, jobs, all of that good stuff. It's a task. And a lot of things can get lost in the shuffle, especially if we're not planning functionally and being mindful of what we're doing, I'd say. So that's why I love doing the videos. For a while when I would plan, I used to always do voiceovers and just be able to talk and share some things. I think I'm going to try my best to get back into it. But for those of you all who might be feeling the same way, I just wanted to provide some support. some through the line support. So if you've been watching me for a while, then you know lately I have been struggling, and it's probably longer than I want to think or say or even acknowledge, but I I have to. My self-awareness is there, and I can't ignore especially things that I ask my clients to do. And things have not been well. Things have not been going well, and I think I've shared that on numerous occasions with you all. I just speak from a very general, broad lens, and it's true. A lot of what is going on in the world now is very devastating, traumatic, confusing, frustrating, all of that for a lot of people. And because I do what I do at work, I know that a lot of people are not doing well with it. So I will always say and encourage you all, check on the people that you love. Not everyone is equipped, and I'm not saying it in a sense of them being weak, but not everyone is equipped for a lot of things that's coming around. And what I mean by equipped is maybe have been through anything close to this. Some people have never had certain feelings or thoughts that they have now. Some people, my frame is just on a totally different level than they have ever been. And it could be for a lot of reasons, right? Like everything is going on the way it's going on. I've been hearing from so many angles, whether it's friends, family members, clients, co-workers, just a lot of people are either struggling themselves with everything that's going on, or their family members are struggling. And I think it just weighs on someone when they are now deciding between rent and food, or lights and food, or gas or taking the bus and food, you know, or paying their kids lunch money and not having much at home. So it's a lot. It's a lot for people. And one thing I can say is I'm seeing it in all walks of life. People that have very good jobs that make well to people household. And I just see it happening all over. And it's not just one type, one kind, one situation, something isolated. It is just everything. So now more than ever, it's important to be aware of where we are, be aware of our feelings, be aware of how we're processing things, be aware of what we're taking in. I know a lot of people are, you know, they're either consuming a lot of information that is depressing, or they're getting it secondhand from someone else, or a lot of people now are deep diving into video games in general, things like that, different apps to kind of distract. And while some things can be helpful, some things, like most things, need to be in moderation, and a high level of awareness needs to be there. But I've been struggling lately. It has not been secret. I think I've said that on like every video. I do think that is one of the, huge reasons as to why I'm struggling with planning, although it's not all, because I've struggled like this before. I've told you all before how I've made planners so pretty, but then realized I wasn't actually getting things done. So it's not like I everything happened from one thing or another. But I do know, and I'm aware that I'm struggling in areas, and being able to follow through on tasks when that's already been a struggle before is even more of a struggle. Like being able to stay on routines was always a struggle, but now it's even more of a struggle. And I had to tell myself what I tell my clients, friends, any random person that I might see and get engaged in a conversation with, is that self-awareness is important. And I know I keep saying that, and I say that because if we don't have self-awareness, it's going to be hard to take in when other people point out things in us. And even if it's for the best, if it's not something that you've came across or even thought about in your own head, it's going to be difficult to hear from someone else. Another reason why self-awareness is important is it gives you that guide to say, okay, this is where I need to start. This is what is going on. This is what it's looking like. So having those conversations with yourself, I look at self-awareness, just communication with yourself. You know, you are actively processing things. You are taking inventory and note of different things that are going on, how you're going through it, how it's affecting you, and what you need to do moving forward. And I realized that I needed to tell myself that, but I also needed to tell myself what I tell everyone: meet yourself where you are. And I think I had, and if I'm honest, still have high expectations for myself. And I will say it day in and day out with clients, like, oh, when you're going through something and it's a rough patch, you have to reevaluate and change up the expectations, goals, different things like that we have for ourselves, and stick with where you are and work from where you are and work yourself back up. And I haven't really been taking that in and on myself. I have not been telling myself, meet me where I'm at. I need to meet myself where I'm at. And if it's in a place that's not where I used to be or not as productive as I used to be, it's important to acknowledge that and then start off there. Like, not putting pressure to achieve what I probably would have a year ago or 2 years ago or even a month ago, because that's a lot of stress, and it only adds to what we might already be experiencing. And you all know, especially if you watch me, that my health is an issue in terms of like um high cholesterol, borderline diabetic, and thank goodness that hasn't gotten any. I do go to get my numbers looked at hopefully this week, because that is one of the goals, is to have my blood work done, because I have my annual and I have to get my blood work. And deep down, I just I just did not go because I'm afraid of what it's going to be. I don't want to see what it's going to be, even though I know what I'm struggling with, and I need to be honest and gentle with myself. But again, meeting myself where I am. And some might call it lowering your standards. I don't. I think it's setting yourself up for success. When we are expecting things that we're not going to get, whether it's in someone else or ourselves, we're setting ourselves up for a letdown. We're setting ourselves up for a huge disappointment. So I kind of took it back to the basics. I know I'm going to do a video tomorrow on my weekly setup, but I had a little fun in my Hobonichi today, just adding different things in there. And, I know I'm not going to fill up all of these pages in a couple of weeks, but just utilizing the pages and giving me an idea of what I want to move with moving forward. So I said all that to say, one of the things that I added was different daily things that I've been missing a mark on, and starting off there. Like being mindful of getting to work on time and not with that 5 minute grace period, like getting to work on time. Like if I start work at 1 o'clock, being there at 1 o'clock, and then, because at first I was saying like, oh, you can get there 5 minutes early. And I'm like, if you barely making it, what type of goal is that? That's too much pressure. Just saying get there right at the time, not with the 5 minute grace period, but right at the time. Still managing or tracking how much takeout I eat, and bathing at a reasonable time. What I've noticed is it's getting later and later and later because I just let myself get tired and go with the flow, and I fall asleep either on the floor or on the couch, and when I wake up it is 3 o'clock or 4:30, and then I am getting in the tub because the bathwater had already been ran since earlier, and it's just a struggle. It's a disruption and it's a struggle. And it wasn't something that I was doing before. And that's why I say, like, being aware of when things change and being able to create a system to get you back on track with it is important. So sometimes we get in these modes, even as parents, you know, school started, you know, break is about to happen, like all of these new things, and getting back on track with everything. Getting off track is so easy, and getting back on can be a little bit more challenging. So I encourage you all to be self-aware, notice if things is changing and what you need to do, and meeting yourself where you are. Saying it's okay. It's okay if you didn't plan anything. And I know I did a video before on that. Like, it's okay if you didn't set your week up in your planner. Maybe have a Dollar Tree planner that's like $1.25 that's already, written out and labeled, and you don't have to like create all these different things. If you want to stick stickers on it, you can do it. But other than that, just leaving it where it's at and saying like, okay, I missed the mark for whatever reason, but I have my notebook. I'm writing down, even if you have to do it day by day, like you didn't get a chance to plan for the week and you're doing it day by day. That is still progress. Use what you have and where you are at. And just slowly build on that. I know that's what I'm looking forward to doing. And I'll admit, it was hard because I think I put a lot of pressure on myself, especially during this season. I love Christmas season. I love winter. I love fall, but I really love winter. I love everything about it. And I don't want to be stuck in a place where I'm like ruminating over my shortcomings. Like, oh, I should have planned better. Oh, I should have did this. Oh, I should have did that. Sometimes we can get so consumed with what we should have done in a moment and versus to spending time on what we need to do moving forward. And that's what I'm going to try to do. And that's what I encourage you all to do. We're only human. We're going to make mistakes. Things are not going to go smooth all the time. But having that support amongst each other is so important. So, with that being said, another reminder, check on your family, your friends, your people, your neighbors. Even if you don't really talk to your neighbors, see if you can notice some things. Notice if they might need help during this or that. Notice if, they're dressed like this or they look like this. All of these are important things to notice and take note of, because that is going to help us out and those around us. Yeah. So this is so cute. I love the Hobonichi. I just won't ever stop using it. I can't wait to get into the new one for this year. And at first I was trying to distinguish like which one that I wanted to do. Like, do I want the mega to be for my, like actual planner? I don't know. So I'm still figuring some things out, but I wanted to definitely do this video. I hope you guys have a awesome week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.